Hey, Facebook friends and YouTube people. Okay, I just wanted to make a video about The Matrix, which has always been my favorite movie. What is The Matrix? The Matrix obviously is a very interesting movie, but they don't really say what The Matrix is. They kind of say what it is, but here's what it is. It's pills. It's medication to dumb us down, to make us not think, to turn our brains off, okay? The pharmaceutical people are trying to dumb us down. I would say even church is a matrix. Why? Because it makes us all think that, the world is safe and good and happy, but it's an illusion. And it's part of the matrix because we don't really see the truth. I mean, when do you ever hear people talk about Satan in church, which they need to? I mean, honestly, we're fighting a war against Satan and we're not going to talk about Satan and how we fight that war? Like, really? So it's part of the matrix, okay? What is the matrix? The matrix is a bunch of lies or ways to sedate us to not make us realize that we're slaves. Who are we slaves to? Satan and the Satanists that are in charge in the world, which is the Illuminati, the elite, or the Masons. Okay, other parts of the matrix. Restaurants. Why? Because it gets everybody focused on food, right? And we're just obsessed with food. And then, our focus is on that, and we don't think about the bigger picture. We think about the flesh and how to satisfy the flesh. That's why fasting is really important. So you can just forget about that for a little bit and not let food be your master and your stomach be your master, because that's not the most important thing. Jesus is, God is, the spiritual warfare, the battle that we're fighting against Satan. That's the biggest thing. That's the most important thing. All right, what else is the matrix? The illusion that we're a Christian nation, like we're not. Because every city has a Masonic temple in it. All the biggest people, apparently 95% of police officers are Masons. So the Masons are running our country. The Democrats are the Masons. I think there's some good people in the Republicans, obviously, that are trying to stop abortion and try and fight the evil. But I mean, a lot of our leadership is evil. And they're like Satan worshipers, but they don't even realize it because they go to these Mason meetings and they think it's innocent, but it's not. They're worshiping Satan. Okay, what else is the matrix? Football. Why? Because it blinds people. It makes makes people focus on football rather than opening their eyes and seeing reality, So they sit like a zombie in front of the TV watching these games for 4 hours. That's part of the matrix. Education even, I would say, is. Why? Because it gets our kids to focus on random stuff that they're probably not going to need to know it, which is ironic because I want to be a teacher. But are they really going to need to know all the stuff that they learn in school? I mean, it's a distraction. It's a diversion. It's something for people to focus on besides God, besides the spiritual warfare, besides winning souls for Jesus. What else is the matrix? Music. Christian music is great. Hillsong is great. But any other kind of music, it's just a way to sedate us, People turn on the music, they check out, it gives us a euphoria, kind of. I mean, in some ways, music can be a drug, and it just makes us not think about, reality, and, that we should be praying. I mean, it distracts people from praying, for sure. Unless it's Christian music, that's good. But even then, you should be praying. All right. What else is the Matrix? Movies and TV. All right, Batman, the Riddler. It was a movie that came out in the 90s. He had this device he would put on top of the TV, and it sent out this green signal. And it showed that it made people zombies. And I think that was an illustration for what really TV does. It makes us like zombies, and it gets us to just check out so we don't really see. We don't have eyes to see and ears to hear like Jesus always says we should. Pornography is a huge, huge part of the Matrix, because it desensitizes men to evil. It gets guys, I mean, I'm sure there's women too, but mainly guys, it gets them to just focus on that and to be obsessed with that and to be in pleasure forever, so they don't see evil. Anyways, pornography is a big part of the Matrix. So what is the Matrix? It's all these things that blind us so that we won't see that we are slaves. And who are we slaves to? I wouldn't just say the government. I don't think 100% the government's bad. I think Trump is good. Thank you, Trump, for doing all that you're doing. If you're watching this, I have no idea. But we're slaves. I don't know. God did say that Satan is the ruler of this world. He is a ruler of this world. Obviously, God is above Satan. But for whatever reason, God has let Satan kind of take over this world Ultimately, God's in control, but he allows Satan to do stuff. So who's running our nation? Satan. Why? Because the Illuminati, the elite, the Masons, the people at the top, the richest men in the world are all Satan worshipers. And they're calling the shots for a lot of stuff. Obviously, why do we have all these abortions? Why do we have millions of babies dying? Because Satan comes to still kill and destroy. He doesn't care about babies. Okay? So, that's how you know we got Satan running the world and running America. Abortions. I mean, that's really the biggest thing. And the only reason I started looking into all this was because they passed that law in New York where it's legal to abort babies up to a day before birth. I mean, that's insane. It used to just be like in the first month of pregnancy, which is still bad. But why do they do that? Here's the secret. They do it because they got these rituals and they want to drink the baby blood. I mean, I'm serious. What else do they do with all the aborted babies? They take them into these, I think, into the Masonic, whatever, temples, and they drink the baby's blood. And they think Satan tells them that that's going to lead them to, like, you know, eternal youth, whatever, that they're going to live forever or something, you know, or they're going to stay young longer. So that's why they do it. But, yeah, it's real, people. Abortion's real. It's really serious. It's evil. It just shows how satanic our country is. And then you got all the homosexuality, you know. Okay, I was listening about the Masons. Their first ritual is they got to bring the guy in, like, naked. Like, they strip him down to his underwear. Okay? And this guy was saying, that's just what fraternities do. And I was like, yeah, homosexual fraternities. I mean, the Masons it's got to be full of, like, homosexual stuff, you know? Like, they're all just, like, gay with each other and probably doing some weird sexual rituals. And that's why it's all men. Women aren't allowed. And these men aren't allowed to tell their wives what happens in these meetings. Why? Because there's probably a bunch of gay stuff going on. A bunch of pedophilia. They're, like, drinking blood from aborted babies. I swear. Like, I'm sure the rabbit hole goes down more than we think. And it's really crazy. Anyways, that's all I'm going to say for now. God bless you all.